If you want to check the status of your cameras and your processing units, also making sure that you are picking up weeds in those cameras when you're trying to fine tune your machine sensitivities, click on your status. This is within your See and Spray function. Here you're able to see all of your processors across the boom, the cameras that are tied to each one. Here's a short list showing that green status okay. If they were not ready to go, they would show up red. Shows what processor, which cameras. You're able to click on an individual processor and camera, and it's going to pull up which camera you're looking at, which nozzles, and see camera feed. Here is an example of that live, what that looks like. So you're actually going to be able to pull up that camera and see in your monitor the crop and the weeds. So when you're trying to dial in your sensitivity, I always suggest pulling up a specific camera, having somebody on the ground behind the boom, pointing out weeds and making sure if you're changing from low to medium to high sensitivity that you are picking up the weed pressure that you are seeing in the field. That is always a great check when you're starting out, switching crops, switching sensitivity and growth stages, just to make sure that you are seeing those weeds in your cameras. And you can just scroll through the cameras right here. You can move to a different one. If you're having issues or for some reason you're going into fallback mode and spraying broadcast instead of utilizing See and Spray technology, you can also select your diagnostic history, and that is going to pull up and show your fault history, fallback history. Utilize this. Make sure you're going in, seeing what reason that was going into fallback mode, whether that be there's not enough light outside so that camera is not able to pick up the weed, or maybe you have dust accumulation, maybe your boom height is too high or too low, maybe you're outside of the speed range. But make sure you're going back in, checking the reason why that's going into fallback mode. We want you to be able to utilize the technology to the best of its ability. And if you are going into fallback mode and you're not sure why or not paying attention to that, you're not going to be getting the best benefit out of See and Spray. That reason will also tell you what processing unit and what camera that is tied to. Once you look at that, you can also go down here and delete your fallback mode. When I come back here to my camera again, if you want to look at diagnostic readings, there will be an option to select that there or capture an issue. This is a great tool to utilize going through here, looking at your processors and your cameras.